NBA has always been known for being electrifying and exciting, but that's not all there is to the NBA. Sometimes we see moments that don't blow our minds. Rather, they touch our hearts. And these are the most emotional NBA moments. And starting off with one of the most iconic speeches in NBA history.
One of the best memories I had is when we moved into our first apartment. No bed, no furniture, and we just all sat in the living room and just hugged each other because that's what we thought we made it. When something good happens to you, I don't know about you guys, but I tend to look back to what brought me here. And you wake me up in the middle of the night in the summer times, making me run up a hill, making me do push-ups, screaming at me from the sideline of my games at 8 or 9 years old. We wasn't supposed to be here. You made us believe, kept us off the street, put clothes on our backs, food on the table. When you didn't eat, you made sure we ate, went to sleep hungry. You sacrificed for us. You're the real MVP.
Look at KD, man. So inspirational. But KD is not the only NBA player to honor a family member. In 2017, Isaiah was playing the best basketball of his life, averaging 29 points, 6 assists, and finishing 5th in MVP voting. This was already pretty impressive, but considering he was the shortest player in the league at the time, it became ridiculous. Everything was looking up until his sister China Thomas was unfortunately involved in a single car crash and passed away. This would have broken any other man, but Isaiah Thomas stood strong.
Thomas, consoled by his close friend Avery Bradley, still trying to cope with the tragic loss of his 22-year-old sister China just yesterday.
And about a month later, in the second game of the second round of the playoffs, Isaiah Thomas played out of his mind and scored the most points ever in his career, ending the game with 53 points, which he dedicated to his sister. It was her birthday.
Where is this coming from, man? Where is this coming from?
It's my sister. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday. She would have been 23 today, so everything I do is for her, and she's watching over me, so that's all her.
Despite this tragedy, Isaiah Thomas found strength to honor her memory, proving that size is no measure of greatness. Now, if there's anyone that knows about greatness, it's LeBron James. From the moment LeBron entered the league, he was expected to be great, and he more than lived up to the expectations, winning 4 championships. But among those 4, the one that means the most to him is probably the Cleveland championship. But it was a hell of a ride before he got there. 13 years worth of a ride. LeBron started out being loved and adored by the league. The fans, the media, they couldn't get enough of their chosen one. Until he decided to take his talents to South Beach. This decision turned the entire league against him. Fans went as far as burning his jersey, and he became the new villain of the NBA. And even though he had a great career in Miami, he did what no one expected. He went home. And after fighting and clawing their way to the top of the league, after a long, hard-fought battle with one of the best teams in NBA history, after doing the impossible and coming back from a 3-1 deficit, he finally fulfilled his promise and brought Cleveland their first championship in franchise history, fixing and solidifying his legacy as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Speaking of championship that mean the most, we have the moment Steph Curry won his 4th NBA championship. You see, in 2019, after KD left and Klay Thompson got injured, the Warriors had their worst season ever, finishing last in the West. And even though Steph played out of his mind, the following seasons weren't too good either. Everyone doubted the Warriors. The media even mocked Steph.
How many titles do you see Steph Curry winning over the next 4 years?
You know what, I hate to say this right now, but to be honest with you, I don't see the Golden State Warriors bringing home another championship.
The question is, how many titles in the next 4 years? So
And then 2022 came along. Klay was finally back, and he came with a newfound hunger. The Warriors had something to prove, and prove they did. After all the mocking, doubt, and struggles, the Warriors won, and Steph Curry secured his 4th championship and his first Finals MVP. Truly inspirational. But as beautiful as Steph's moment was, that's not usually how the story goes. Sometimes it ends in tragedy. like what happened to Jeremy Lin. Back in 2012, Jeremy Lin was a scrub with virtually no playing time on the Knicks. He was basically a bench warmer till Carmelo Anthony got injured and Lin was finally given a chance. And then Linsanity was born. This man went insane over the next few weeks, scoring like a maniac. Dropping 38 on Kobe and the Lakers, he was the talk of the entire NBA. And Carmelo didn't really like that. And in 2017, he had a terrible injury. And that moment, he realized he would never be the same again.
And a nice job of staying outside the circle.
Second foul on Bogdanovich. Lin, that's goaltending. Lin goes down hard. You could hear the bang.
Jeremy Lin wasn't crying because of the pain. He cried because he knew his season and probably his career was over. He retired from the NBA the next season. At least Lin had a chance to shine in the NBA, and fans will never forget Linsanity. Terrence Clarke never had the chance. Clarke was a 5-star recruit and one of the best shooting guards in the class of 2020, and he declared for the 2021 NBA draft. Making the NBA was a guarantee, and he had his whole life ahead of him. But unfortunately, he didn't get to live that life. Because 3 months before the 2021 NBA draft, Terrence was involved in a terrible car crash and unfortunately lost his life.
Tonight, new surveillance video shows the crash unfold at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Police say Clarke ran a red light, slammed into another car before losing control, hitting a pole and a wall.
But even though Terrence never got to play in the NBA, he will forever be a part of it, because in the 2021 draft, the NBA decided to honor Terrence Clarke in the best way possible.
It is my honor to now announce that with the next pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the NBA selects Terrence Clarke from the University of Kentucky.
And as touching and heartbreaking as this moment was, just 1 year prior, the whole world was put on standstill. 2020, Kobe Bryant, his daughter Vanessa, and 7 other people were involved in a fatal helicopter crash. But since that day, the NBA has been honoring his memory. The NBA naming the All-Star MVP after him, and the Lakers unveiling his statue outside their arena are just some of the many things used to commemorate his legacy. Kobe Bryant redefined what it means to play basketball. And even though we lost him too soon, his impact on and off the court will live forever. Rest in peace to the Black Mamba. Thank you for watching. Until next time.